Every city has a pulse, a rhythm of life that plays out on. But beneath the surface, past the bright lights and bustling crowds, every city also has its secrets, a darker history written in the shadows. And that is what this new series is all about. Welcome, my name is Antonio, and I want to invite you on a journey. Together, we are going to travel the globe, not as tourists, but as investigators of the dark. In each episode, we will land in a new country. We'll peel back the layers of its history to uncover the chilling stories the guidebooks always leave out. We'll explore the infamous crimes, the baffling unsolved mysteries, and the local legends that haunt that corner of the world. So for our very first episode of this journey, where do we begin? Our first stop takes us here, to a vertical city of staggering wealth and ancient tradition. A place where neon-drenched skyscrapers cast long shadows over hidden alleyways. Welcome to Hong Kong. In this first episode, we're pulling back the curtain on 5 of the most disturbing and mysterious crimes to ever haunt this island metropolis. These are the stories that locals whisper about, the tales that prove that even in the most crowded city on earth, the deepest darkness can hide in plain sight. Our first story takes us back in time, to the year 1931. In the district of Happy Valley, a fire breaks out in a lavish 5-story building known to be a high-class brothel. The blaze is catastrophic, consuming the entire structure and claiming the lives of over 40 people, many of them young women and their wealthy patrons. But this was no simple tragedy. The official reports called it an accident. The public knew better. Rumors soared like smoke from the ashes. It was said the fire was set deliberately by a rival gang. Others claimed a wealthy client set the fire to destroy evidence of his visit. Most chillingly, many of the victims were burned so badly they were never identified. Buried in a mass grave, their secrets and stories lost forever. To this day, the true cause of the Happy Valley fire remains one of Hong Kong's oldest and coldest unsolved mysteries. In 1982, a taxi driver's camera would expose a horrifying secret. Lam Ko Won was a quiet, unassuming cab driver by day, but by night, he was a monster. He preyed on young women, taking them to his family apartment where he would strangle them. But his depravity didn't end there. He was obsessed with anatomy. He would dismember his victims' bodies with surgical precision, preserving their organs in Tupperware containers and chemical jars. He photographed his gorgeous work, creating a catalog of horror. The mystery wasn't who did it. Lam was caught when a photo developer saw the gruesome pictures and called the police. The chilling mystery was, why? He was declared sane, but his motives remain a terrifying enigma, a glimpse into a mind of pure, methodical evil. Not all mysteries are about murder. some are about legends that feel terrifyingly real. In 1955, in the Taipo district, locals were preparing to move the graves of a village to make way for development. One grave belonged to a young woman who had died on the eve of her wedding. When they opened her coffin, it was empty. Panic spread. The legend of the dragon bride was reborn. The story goes that the spirit of the bride was stolen by a powerful dragon. Days later, a fisherman found the bride's perfectly preserved wedding dress floating in the sea. The body was never found. Was it a village legend, a grave robbery, or something else? The empty grave of the dragon bride is a haunting piece of Hong Kong folklore, a mystery that blurs the line between the natural and the supernatural. On a sunny afternoon in April 1985, two teenagers from a nearby international school, Kenneth McBride and Nicholas Myers, went for a walk on the peaceful slopes of the Bremer Hill. They never came home. A massive search ended in a discovery that shocked all of Hong Kong. The teenagers had been brutally attacked and murdered by a gang of youths. When the perpetrators were eventually caught and brought to justice, a chilling mystery lingered around the sheer, senseless violence of the act. There was no clear motive beyond pure brutality. The case left a deep scar on the city, a permanent reminder that even in the most tranquil places, unimaginable horror can be waiting. We end with a case so infamous, so utterly depraved, it has become a synonym for horror in Asia. In 1999, a 23-year-old nightclub hostess named Fan Man Yi was abducted by three men and taken to an apartment on Granville Road. What happened next is almost too horrific to describe. For over months, she was subjected to unspeakable torture. After she died, her captors dismembered her body. They boiled her flesh and discarded most of it. But they cooked her skull and stuffed it inside a giant Hello Kitty mermaid doll. The crime was only discovered when the 14-year-old friend of one of the captors, haunted by what she'd seen, finally led the police to the apartment. The Hello Kitty murder isn't a mystery of who or how. It's a terrifying question of what human beings are capable of. A story so dark, it has left a permanent stain on the city's soul. 5 stories, 5 glimpses into the shadows of a city that never sleeps. From unsolved fires to unexpected evil. The cases remind us that history is all around us, and sometimes that history is written in blood. If you find yourself captivated by the shadows and want to explore the dark histories of more countries, then make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel for our next investigation. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss it.